Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to work on yet another Python code. So in this video we are going to work on a QR code generator and a QR code reader. So there are going to be two part of code here. So one is going to generate a QR code, and in the second part of code we are going to read that QR code. So before we actually work on the code, if you are new to my channel, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Now let's work on the code. So starting with QR code generator. So what do we need? So first is that we need a library called QR code. So import QR code. Now QR code library provides us a few functionality. So those functionality actually enables us to generate a QR code efficiently. So here we need to provide a few things like what is the background, what is the foreground that we have to use, and what size basically you want to create for your QR code, what border you want. Is it going to be a thick one, is it going to be a thin one, right? So these things that we can do using QR code. So starting with the box, so we have to create a boundary or the outer line of your QR code, which is going to be the blueprint of your QR code, right? So first we need to create a box and then we will fill it with the content. So to do that, we just need to use the method QR code, and here we need to provide two things basically. First is going to be uh, the size of the box that you want to create. So I'm just going to go with 50, and then the border which I'm going to use as 3. Now we have the box ready. Now we just have to fill it. So to fill this one, we first need the data that is going to be there in the QR. So for that, I'll just ask user to provide me the input, like what he wants to input. So that is going to be in your user input variable, and then the input method, and I'll simply say enter your data. Right, now we have the data with us. Now what do we need is we have to add this to our QR. So we have already created the QR at a line 3. So this is our QR object. So basically we are just going to use another method which is going to be our add data method, and we will simply provide the input here. All right, now we haven't created the image yet. So this is the image that we have to create, which we can download and maybe share it to others, right? So to do that, again we have a method qr.makeImage, and here we need to provide two things. First is what color of foreground you want and what color of background you want. So I'll simply say first we have to provide the foreground. So I'll just simply say black, and then I'll say white. So black is your uh, what do you say, foreground, and white is your background. All right, we remove this. I hope this is clear. Now we have the context here. Now we need to hold it to a variable. So I'll just simply say image, and we need to save this one. So to save this, we have a method save, and we will provide the name of the file. So that is going to be, let's say, qr.png. All right, so we are good. Now let's try to run this. Okay, so we got an error, invalid version, and we got it at this. Okay, so my bad. All right, now let's run it again. So this worked now, right? So it says enter your data. So here I'll just say test data, and you will see this error again because we made this mistake before also. So this is going to be something like this, that we have to provide fill color. So these are the parameters basically, and we have to use it like this, and back color equals to white. All right, now let's clear this and run it again. Okay, so enter your data, test data, and it completed without any message, but we got this png file here. So if I open this, yep, this looks good. Now we have the code to generate the QR code. Now we have to create the code to read the QR code. But first, let's add a message saying QR code generated successfully. Alright, so this looks good. Now let's work on QR reader. Alright, so for QR reader, we need again few libraries, and here we need PyZBar. So this you need to install using your pip or any other installer that you want. Alright, so we have this. Now we need another one, which is your image. Okay, now we have everything ready. So this is going to be very simple. So using image, we are going to open the file, the generated image, which is our qr.png. Now we need to hold it to an object image. Once you, okay, I made a mistake here. Once you do that, you need to decode this image to a proper format. So when we say decode it, it is going to be in your human language, right? So that is what we have to achieve here. So what we need to do is, first we need to decode it, then we need to format it to UTF-8, which is basically your encoding. So once we do that, then only we can see the data. Now this QR image doesn't necessarily going to contain a single piece of information. It can have list of information. So we don't know how many elements, how many number of data it has, right? But actually we know, so that is why we are going to get the data at index 0. Otherwise we have to iterate it over to get every piece of information. So to get the QR code data, I'll use PyZBar and use decode, and here I'll just provide the image. Now again I said I need the 0th index data because I only have this data. I don't have any other data. Otherwise I I would have to use a for loop to iterate over. Now to get the data, we have to use encoding, and for that I just need to use decode again with the encoding UTF-8, and then I can simply print this data and we are good. Okay, so I have to use underscore here. Okay, now we are good. Now let's try to run this. Okay, so here you can see test data. So this is what we provided in the input of your generated QR code. So this is working fine, and this is what I need to showcase in this part of the video. So if you have any questions, do let me know on the comment section of this video. If you have any suggestion, or if you want me to make a video on any certain topic, then also let me know on the comment section. I will try to do it as soon as possible. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you are having a good day. Stay happy, keep learning, and bye bye.